like that. Okay, and I think we're good to go. I can delete my save file. You already get the spoilers. You're gonna see 80 stars today. And a lot more stuff. I maybe should have started the timer. So, big empty room. It seems to be kind of a theme with all these Agroprom hacks. Super Mario -4 also started with a sort of big empty room, or at least a room without music. So the purpose of this room over here is actually, if you're playing on a bad graphics plugin or a bad emulator, then this room will shout at you to change that. I don't see anything, so that means I'm playing on a good emulator. That out of the way, Jabu check away, it's time for Serene Fusion. So, again, sort of a Project 74 hack, which means sort of Super Mario 74 remake ROM hacks. Some of the levels are going to remake Super Mario 74 levels, not all of them, there's also regional levels, and we're gonna see a bunch of fun custom stuff on the way. Though immediately, this is one of the iconic platforms from the first overworld from Super Mario 74. Some of you might kind of remember this, and remember that this would be the sort of the entrance to Course 2. But now that that's out of the way, let's see how rusty I am at playing this game by getting to this level. So this level is pretty special, and that's why I want to start with it. This is Dice Fortress, which is basically the ROM hacks Bob-omb Battlefield, because it is Course 1 of Super Mario 74, so it's pretty iconic for being remade many times over the years and being very memorable as basically the first level for ROM hacks. So what are we doing here, and why is there a floppy disk on the ground that says save? You may step outside of checkpoint for only 10 seconds. If time runs out, you'll be warped back to your checkpoint. You can use the L button to also warp prematurely, and with that limitation you need to collect 8 red coins. So today I have the privilege of just playing this level in random order, not necessarily following the speedrun routes, just showcasing stuff around, which is kind of good because usually I go completely limp and like play pretty badly when Dice Fortress is involved in a speedrunning sense. Another interesting fact is here we have the metal cap for some reason. That one's gonna be useful. And the vanish cap. Oh boy, it must be shopping day or something. I'm having a field day collecting the cap switches. So yeah, usually in ROM hacks and in vanilla Super Mario 74, you would have the cap switches scattered across levels of the game, and you would need to find them, press them, and then backtrack through levels in order to be able to use the respective caps. Well, this is not the case in Serene Fusion. For those, you just come to this level, press all 3 cap switches, and then use the like 5 cap boxes spread across the ROM hacks somewhere. The point is that finding the cap switches should not be a big part of the ROM hack, and yeah, that's what happens when you take too long. So yeah, finding the cap switches should not be a big part of the ROM hack, and the backtracking should not be too much. That's an obsolete concept. Another reason why it's peak. Exactly, a lot of design choices were made for a good experience, such as when you die. For example, I can throw myself off a cliff. It's not only the timer reset, you just get teleported to the last platform that is considered safe for the level. You don't get punished with actual death and going out of the level, which I think we also did see during Super Mario -4. It's kind of a modern concept, and it seems to play pretty well because, you know, people don't like dying or like spending too long backtracking after they do die. So I want to throw a little trick here, which would be used in speedruns if you don't get the vanish cap again off, which is there's actually a hole in the ground here, both for exiting and for getting up here without the vanish cap. That was an intentional speedrun choice when this level was made. It was Arthur who made the original level model, and basically he added that in order to have something little for speedrunners who don't have the caps unlocked. So like the cap is basically a convenience but not a requirement if you're good at the game, which is, I think, yet another good design choice. Checkpoint system depends on which level you play. Yeah, basically, but in general the principle is the same. So yeah, now getting probably the hardest red coin in the level, because the timer is kind of tight. You could hear that I barely got it. But yeah. But you love the NES era where you have to memorize each enemy swarm that was gonna come to me on those fire shooter games. Yeah, fair. I mean, if you're into that, I am not gonna judge you or discriminate you. That's just how it goes. Like, old games definitely had design choices, and usually they had good for the time reasons for that. So, like, what could we say? I am doing this wrong. Because, you see, we need to fly to the observation tower over there for the last red point, but you can just do that from here. There's a easier way to get that possible, but I don't know it because of speedrun brainrot. And finally, after like 5 minutes of talking and whatnot, we get our first star in the game. I promise this is not gonna take that long. This ROM hack takes like 2 hours, and that's if you're goofing around, otherwise the best speedruns take like 1 hour to finish the 80 stars, which... yeah, sounds about right. But yeah, so out of 1 special level into... wait, there's a star up there. Should we get that right now? I think I'm gonna leave it for later. Took you 3 hours 30. Well, I mean, for a first playthrough it's gonna take more. I mean, for a playthrough where the person knows what they're doing. And it was easy for me to know what I'm doing basically all the time, because I've playtested this ROM hack. I have some involvement in some of the levels in this ROM hack. Yeah, I could not play this casually for the first time, even if I wanted to. A bit of a shame, but it's still pretty good. Feels like a trap. Well, let's find out. Try using L button, works only when standing on the ground, no air shenanigans allowed. Okay, so we have L button and we can only use it while standing on the ground. Whoa! So, yeah. Over time you would be able to catch the memo, but basically each level is going to have at least 1 special gimmick to it. For this level, the gimmick is gravity swap. This is the wrong way to go. I have this weird belief that if AI weren't to speedrun a hack, you would never be able to... oh, if you weren't to speedrun a ROM hack, you would never be able to play it normally again. You know, you do have a point. You do have a point. Like, mindset changes when you're knowledgeable enough about the ROM hack. Best track in the game, that's because it's like streamed music, or like it's put directly into the game. So like, usually Mario 64 ports go to a different format that's kind of based on MIDI. So you have instruments and notes, and stream music is just all of the sound at full quality. I'm moving around here for a little bit, I will explain in a bit. Like, yeah, this is basically the song in its original quality, the way it plays in the original game. Because this entire level is a VVV reference with the gravity swap gimmick, and also with the track, and also with the name, Predestined Fate, which is the name of the track as well. So I'm showing this area because this red coin that I got is actually one of the hardest for casuals here. Because first off, for some reason the train is slippery. I blame my glove for that. I didn't make the train slippery, I swear. And second, your wojos need to be kind of on point, not like this. So basically, first off, you need to get here, and you probably wouldn't be used to the gravity swap mechanic. Does that invert the controls when you change gravity? Not entirely. It inverts them a little. They're mostly the same, but it's a little bit weird to move sideways. I'm not sure if I can explain it properly. You'll be able to experience it for yourself if you play this ROM hack, which I'm going to recommend a few times during this playthrough. But yeah, left still goes left. Right now I'm pressing the left arrow to go left, now I'm pulling back right using the right arrow. Oh yeah, okay, so up and down would be inverted. Now I'm pressing up and I'm going that direction, which at least feels inverted. And down is like this. So that's what's up with the controls. But yeah. So yeah, that confusion with the controls might be, you know, one thing that prevents players from doing good on these wall kicks. Also, inverted wall kicks just seem to be... there seems to be some mental barrier about them that makes them really difficult just because the gravity is the other way around. Especially if you don't know how to deal with regular wall kicks. But enough of that section, let's go somewhere else. So, some more about the history of this level. Well, basically, this is mashup of platforms and sections that I did manage to create in this level model, because yeah, I made this smiley face, and this was supposed to be a recreation of Super Mario 74 Vanish Cap level, which for some reason eventually gave me the vibe of this like this force field projected from the middle of the level, which is kind of the vibe which the final level of VVVV gives, which is the level playing this music. So it's kind of a far-fetched reference, but basically I took a Vanish Cap Snowy Foggy level and turned it into a computer-themed level. One tip, when you see a coin line like this, then do something with it, because usually coin lines in Agua Pro hacks and Agua Pro apps are there to help you, to tell you you need to go this way. There's no real 100 coin stars in secret levels, so coins are pretty good for this. Okay, now I'm just going all over the place. There's many ways to get up here. I'll show what intended radar is like. So there's also these guides that you can go up and step safely on a platform when you're inverted. There's also these spheres for wall jumping, and that's the intended method to get up here. My movement is kind of rusty, but it's fine. And now while we're in this section, here's the no A press area. Right now I'm pressing the A button, literally nothing happens. Now I'm free, now I'm not. Now, the thing you must keep in mind in this section, sure you cannot jump. Well, don't start doing weird stuff like this. That's sort of an advanced moveset, and like, that's not the point here. The point is, you have a gravity swap, use it. I'm saying that because so many people on their first playthroughs forget that they have the gravity swap mechanic. And I wonder how it's possible when it's, like, that's supposed to be the main thing in the level, but as soon as you step into the no A press section, it's like, okay, Mario lost his fundamental move, I'm in trouble now. Because people haven't recognized that Mario has gained a new fundamental move for this level. Another coin line that we should probably follow. Yeah. Committed the sin of not playing this yet. Hey, this is why this event is here. Like, even if this is a top-rated ROM hack on romhacking.com right now, yes, the best ROM hack out there if we believe that website, it's still that some people might not have heard about it yet or might not have played it yet. And so this is yet another good reminder that they can go do that. Can you gravity swap mid-falling? So that's what the sign in the beginning of the level says. You cannot. Only works on the ground, not no air shenanigans allowed. So now I'm gonna press L once, now I'm gonna spam L, it doesn't work. That's also the mechanic in the original, in the source game. Like, in the source game, instead of jumping you have gravity swapping, but it only works when you're on the ground. Okay, now these platforms. Don't get dizzy. Yep. You have platforms which change your gravity automatically when you walk off of them. That's probably the one exception to what I just said in the level. I made it look easy. Some people have more difficulties. If you play this on its latest version, then these walls should be allowing you to wall kick at 45-degree wall kicks like this, basically diagonally, and then you shouldn't have too much trouble getting to here. But if you do, well, practice it for a little bit. Don't get discouraged. Speaking of don't get discouraged, here's some lava pipes, but specifically for this level. Like Agwap with the coding department made it so that the lava doesn't deal damage to you. Don't get accustomed to that, that's not usually the case, but for this level we have made an exception. Also don't feel bad about falling off or like quote-unquote dying. The point in this level is not really to beat it without dying, it's just to get through it. Like, to go even further, the original level had 4 stars and one of them was this one here, a star below the start. Instead, in this hack it was turned into only red coins, so it feels pretty long for no good reason, but this is actually the reason. The level was intended to have more stars. But things change. Alright, and now here's a funny. So yeah, if you exit the level with upside down gravity, then you're gonna inherit the upside down gravity in the overworld, which leads us to the what I call Moon Man of this ROM hack, which is DuckTales Moon Team Easter egg. Agua puts one of these into every single ROM hack of his since Another Mario Adventure, or at least every major ROM hack. Scrooge, exactly. So yeah, now that we have all of this done, we have 2 stars and the wing cap. But we don't have a whole lot of places left to go, so that's pretty weird. So I'm gonna cheat here a little bit, or I'm not gonna cheat, but I'm gonna employ a move. Yeah, I'm not gonna employ the move, I'm sucking too much for this, so I'm just gonna do it the way you would probably do this if you're casually playing through this. And then you can get the star like this. Yep, you can hear it every once in a while in ROM hacks, especially Agwap made ROM hacks, so stay tuned for those. So we are gonna leave the scary gems here in in the sky or whatever. We are going to go to course 1. Welcome to Azure Abyss. This is actually course 3 from Project 74, and basically if we have a look around, you can see it's a giant water pit. That's exactly how it was in original Super Mario 74, a giant water pit. Except this one is pretty full with objects and fun stuff to do, and the original wasn't. It was just an almost empty water pit with some stuff inside. Also, yeah, Glowy Star, that's one of the simple changes made to this ROM hack that actually seems to make people enjoy it a whole lot. Like, Glowy Stars seem to be a pretty good visual effect. Also, welcome, Phantom Bubble. So yeah, as you can see, we can also go Sonic over here, because basically Aguap went pretty hard on every kind of mechanic and place where you would take too long just walking. We don't want that because that's, like, just walking is not really fun. The point of Mario is to jump and hop around and overcome platforming challenges. So for the boring walking sections, we are just Super Sonic instead. Yep. Now let's go to the bottom part of the level though. So there's a bunch of sunken and turned around chips, and that's where our red coin star plays. There's a double star spawn possible here, but I've been rusty enough and I basically collected the 100 coins like completely incorrectly from a speedrunning sense, so I'm just not gonna show that. We're gonna stay on the casual side with these showcases over here. As you can see, in most levels, collecting 100 coins won't even be a chore, you just need to explore the level a little bit. Also, we have some pretty funky shaped water. I don't know, I don't think that water flows like this in real life, but we are not in real life, so who cares? Hell yeah. You might still need to do some wall kicks, so like if you're a complete beginner, this ROM hack is still good for you to start with, but yeah, just keep in mind that you will need to know and be able to apply some Mario moves. Did I not get the red coin from here? Well, I got this one, but not that one. Yeah, I'm playing this after like several month hiatus from most Mario 64 ROM hacks, so yeah. Or, okay, not several months, but like 1 month or so since the last ROM hacks marathon that we did. I'm not that active nowadays anymore, so yeah, excuse me for not playing the most optimally. However, I do hope that we are in for a good time. Now, next feature of Serene Fusion, they just keep on coming. You get a star in the level, and that way you unlock the next level. So now we can go to course 2 if we want to. But I can just collect all the stars here, so yeah, we're just gonna stay here for now. Clamshell Challenge. Let's actually test what this warp does. It's probably pretty cool. Yeah, it just puts you to the other side of this, like, the water section. So like, even less walking. Even more coins. This thing doesn't speed you up because it's not part of that section of the level. And yeah, we have hungry clams ready to chomp on your butt. Sometimes I really forget how English works. And then we have these clams and you'll be like, oh, I need to time this. Ah, not really. So here's the deal. Don't deal with the clams, just do this. I'm pretty sure this is intended. In any case, it's 100 times easier than actually trying to use the platforms with the clams. So yeah, how about you? Alright, so let's check out the fiery section over here. As you can see, we have rotating lava platforms, basically. Or not lava, but firewalls. Yeah, we can put it that way. And also blue coins. Good job, me. Didn't even get all of them. So can I outrun the walls? Definitely, but not this one. And if you touch any of them, well, you should take lava damage. You should take a lava boost. It's kind of weird. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it deals damage multiple times to you and it's kind of unfair. Like this. Yeah, lava is not the best coded mechanic in Mario 64. No speedrun skips today. Yeah, evidently. Yeah, you can sometimes do stuff like use slopes, you can take jumps, you can die again. The world is your oyster. Now sure, dying to losing your health and dying to lava will actually take out of the level, but I mean, this could not be the easiest Mario 64 ROM hack in the world. It's just close to that. So that's to say it's a pretty accessible one. Okay, yeah, I guess I can talk about the camera a little bit. So like, I'm using parallel Wacky 2 camera, which is directional, and I did mention earlier in the chat during the previous ROM hack that this is kind of customary for modern ROM hacks like this, but it also makes for moments like this. Like you see the other part of the level but not yourself, which is kind of ugly. But well, usually if there's not other walls obstructing the way like this, then it's kind of helpful to have stuff like this, because the camera is stable. It's not gonna move out of, like, under your feet, you're gonna be able to just hold forward, or take a wall bounce, I guess. It does take some getting used to, but it's pretty good for, like, making your jumps kind of with stability, independently of how the camera is moving. Because the alternative, for example, is Mario Cam, which goes like this. It moves until it stays exactly behind Mario. Or gets stuck on the wall. And that's quite the moment. But back to this section. Basically this is a little throwback to Super Mario 74 Extreme Edition, where the water pit turns into a lava pit. Just like that. But we don't need to go down there. The only thing we need to do is take it carefully on the side here. So yeah, quite a lot of references, too many of them maybe even, and basically only the OGs will catch all of them, if even. So if you're a casual player, then don't mind too much all the Super Mario 74 stuff that's going on. For example, the original Super Mario 74, you could climb from the bottom around the wall there to over here, and then continue to get this star, which seems like a counterpart of the star I just got, but... whoops. Well then. Throw you too, buddy. Have a trolley day. And continue with the Extreme Edition theme. Actually, here's a section that really resembles the Extreme Edition version of the level. Again, lava pit. And when you get to the bottom of the level, then to climb up you will have to use this kind of contraptions, and what the hell am I doing? This is not a great set of wall kicks. You have to use this set of contraptions and do a bunch of wall kicks to get around. I do admit, for course 1, this is unreasonably difficult, but if you fall off, it's not too bad. You get transported back to this platform. If it was a true ROM hack, it would have turned into a quicksand pit. And that's why ROM hacks are stigmatized for always being Kaizo, which is not necessarily the case. So again, when you get to this section, it will probably feel difficult, but again, do not fret because you don't lose your progress. And at this point you're pretty close to getting to the star. So what you have to do here is a trick called triple jump wall kick. You pull off a triple jump the way I did, then you make a wall kick, and the entire time you hold, in this case, right. You hold right to get to the wall and perform the wall kick, you hold right after the wall kick in order to pull back and actually do a ledge grab. Similar trickery will happen here, where I just keep holding left the entire time, including for the return. And yeah, it's just types of more advanced tricks that you will learn over time. Usually you just have to wall kick without doing it in such weird ways, but every once in a while ROM hacks are just like, well, it's possible to do this move, so we're just gonna do it. This over here is an example of an arch wall kick. You just basically move out of the way of the wall laterally, then back within the wall. So yeah, after you pull off these two tricks and make this jump out, here's the star waiting. The star would be hard without built-in safe states, or like safety platforms. That is true. That is true, and that's why I wonder why this star even exists, but hey, it's up there. So what else have we not done in this level? Raise the sunken switch timer. Well, I do see a sunken switch down here, so let's do that. Now usually if you press the switch it will be timed and boxes will spawn. This one, however, just kind of decides, hey, I'm gonna spawn a star. How about that? Gotta go fast? Now I probably made it look easy, usually it isn't that easy, you kind of have to know what you're doing, and you have to especially pull off the wall kick. It's not really tight, but like, you have to not fumble and make movement that gets you out of the way of the stuff. I will also showcase one more thing. Once you press the switch and the star actually spawns up there, you should also be prepared to not touch water, because let's say I fumbled the wall kick over here. The moment you touch water, the timer expires after like another second. So you cannot cheat by going around, you need to do the platforming section. How's Serene? Have fun. Thanks, Andrew. Are you having fun? How's real life? But yeah, we have only one more star left to go, and actually, I had started going for it in the beginning, when I was collecting some coins. So let's go to this section. It's a pretty straightforward platforming challenge after what we just experienced, and hold on. In OG74 the star would be here, but now we have an extension. You can press A button to keep swinging longer, or you can press Z button to fall quicker. Why is that useful? I mean, here's some Antaray. G-Royd was next week. Yes, but G-Royd is playing Star Revenge 5, which is like 30 minutes long. Or maybe 1 hour if he really goes... no wait, it's not 30 minutes long. It's like 1-ish hour or 1:30 if he actually goes slow. So we have time for a second drone hack after that. So yeah, basically with the A button, you can fall much slower and hear fewer boings, but you can also fall faster with the Z button. That's what it means. Okay, thank you, Mr. Mantibus. That's a 10 out of 10 service. Would do again. Looks funky. Okay, I'm gonna do this properly because I did this with the WoW in the way. Okay, so in these moments you might think the camera sucks and that Mario camera doesn't help too much. Well, there is a built-in function to help you with that. You can use the D-pad buttons in order to rotate the camera somewhat sideways. This will axis misalign you, but it gives you fine camera control. And it's also customary for parallel Wacky camera on top of the A-directional camera movement. So that should complete course 1, yeah. Oh, also we can switch between 4:3 and 16:9 aspect ratio, but yeah, I'm a stinky 4:3 player. I don't like widescreen. Okay, that's not really true, but like Mario ROM hacks didn't always have widescreen options. So, course 2, Molten Treasure Chest. Welcome to Lava. So for a bunch of levels, not a bunch of levels, for a bunch of people, this level is one of the weaker points of the ROM hack, and they say they straight up hate it, or it feels like one of the weakest links. I can see that because of how the level is lava and everything, and also what the hell is going on. You can always rip some sapphire. Yeah, definitely. You can go for that. It can be short hacks week next week, I guess. But yeah, so this is a recreation of course 13 of Super Mario 74, so basically the game is already expected to be difficult at that point, but for some reason it's course 2 here. So as a gimmick in this section, you can press L button to do the magic trick. And the magic trick is basically switching the lava surfaces with the safe surfaces. That's the gimmick for the red coin section of this level. And I'm going to make liberal use of this gimmick, especially now that I'm not speedrunning, in order to stay safe and not take lava bounces. Now, shoutouts to the poor soul who was playing this ROM hack casually. I don't remember the name, but I will remember it later. Actually, it was Cynoger, who I think worked on some auto-splitter stuff. So like, he played this casually, and then he didn't read the sign. What followed was having no idea how the hell the lava decides to change itself between safe ground and lava. And then I'm like, well, if you read signs, maybe, and listen to what they are saying about the application of stuff. Okay, this red coin would be kind of difficult for casuals without proper preparation. You cannot even reach it with a triple jump. You can reach it with a lava bounce, and that's probably what you will be making. But with more advanced jumps, you can do something like this and gain enough height. Not reading the sign is rough. Exactly. Weakest course in the game, 9 out of 10. Yeah, I'm gonna say, a sign of a great game where the worst thing you can say about the weakest course in it is that it's just good. Or maybe gimmick kind of annoying, but otherwise it's fine. But worry not, we have many other gimmicks in this level. And I'm pretty sure they will all be more liked than this one. It's good that it exists because beginners need to learn about some of those hard wall kicks at some point anyway for harder hacks. My point is that we were just playing that as course 1. You don't put wall kicks like that in course 1. The players are still getting used to the game in course 1. But I'm not gonna discuss the fundamentals of game design in that length. We're just gonna continue playing this. So I am not really going after coins. I will just do some other stars, because coins I will get later with another particular star. Now, if you're not familiar or confident with jump kicks and higher jumps, you might be doing something like this, just starting jumps. In which case, the platforms also can be covered. Also, let graphs are your friend in that case. But yeah, we are approaching the frozen house, which I think is a star that we should be doing right now. So here's some more regular wall kicks. Eventually you'll got a Serene sideways in order to land on this platform. Land. And now we press a button. I wonder what it did. Well, basically those spinning platforms were spinning quite a lot faster previously. But now they're manageable, so I can use them to actually go more upwards. So yeah, here's another place. Yeah, this is the curse of not seeing. You can zoom in the camera, but that doesn't always work. You can turn it around in weird ways until you see what you're doing. But every once in a while it will just not work out and you just get kind of screwed. Now, I think if I go in the lava here, the lava has like dead barrier protection or like fall off protection, so you will get set to a previous part of the level. Sometimes it's helpful, because you will not die at least. Sometimes it's kind of not what you are looking for and you lose progress. But it's fine. Fine for me anyway. Now there are multiple ways to skip this star, but again, you can save that to speedruns. When you watch actual speedruns of this game instead of showcases, then you can figure out how to get this faster. But usually speedruns, especially in Serene Fusion, are so big they kind of just make something completely different than the casual experience. And for that reason I'll be playing, well, not like a dumb person today, but like I haven't touched Mario 64 recently. Which, again, it's just true. So it's fine. I mean, it does feel nice to have all the time in the world instead of having to perform a speedrun for an estimate. Or even a showcase for an estimate. But yeah, Frozen House Sticky Trial, we had a bunch of moving platforms, which made them slower. Doesn't sound too exciting, does it? So that's why for this next star, Emerald of the Green Island, I'm just gonna do the 100 coins and then I'm gonna show you the thing that makes me tear my hair out in this level. I don't even remember the route, so I don't know how many coins I need before going there. Professional speedrunner, by the way. And here's a blue coin switch, which might take a while to get all the coins from. If you don't know that the blue coins are already there and don't know how to move to get them. 61, 69, I think that should be enough. So this over here is a cannon. We don't need this cannon. We're gonna go green emerald mode and immediately hop off in order to press this thing. Now the green emerald can actually continue on the dashed path, climbing upwards. So yeah, this route I hate it because it collects the coins together with like hopping off the emerald and like managing it. Because right now the emerald fell and I'm told press L to retry. If you take too long you don't even get to retry. So what's the deal with that? Well, basically, every platform section that is not colored like that means that it's not actually solid for the platform to traverse, which means the platform is going to fall off and you're gonna fail. The task is to ride the platform to the very end of this section. That's what we're trying to do. Now, it's a pretty dumb idea to do this with the 100 coins. Usually don't do it. Also, yeah, usually you also want to actually press L to retry indeed, instead of doing what I did. But again, it's fine, because I know what I'm doing. Definitely. For example, hopping off the platform here in order to get to this box. Because this box conveniently contains 10 coins. We're gonna avoid the bullies, and I failed again. Again, in a casual playthrough is fine. In a speedrun, you don't want that because you're losing time to restarting the section. It's pretty weird. Also, another thing is, technically I don't need the platform until the very end of the section, so for this part, I can go over here. I can just press this switch. Now, if I'm too fast, this will actually just terminate that part of the level in order to trigger the next one. And the platform will just fall instead, so I don't go too fast. Also, don't press this switch immediately. Wait like this. It's pretty weird. Now, I hope I get to do a funny. I was able to do it. Hell yeah. Again, you probably want to collect your 100 coins elsewhere. Okay, so now the platform is going to become real slow. That's because now we actually need it. It's going down and inside the cave. So you do need to press this one and go for the platform immediately. Alright, it's almost over with this. Don't forget to hop off the platform again. Oh, it actually stayed there. That's pretty nice. And that concludes our wild ride with the green emerald. The Dirty Bubbles climb. Oh boy, it's time for community memes. This one is pretty dope. And I'm not. Let's actually get to that section. So here's the Dirty Bubbles. Now they are projected from lava pits or like emitted, so basically if you fall down here, which seems to be pretty hard, then yeah, you do take lava damage. But there's frequent Dirty Bubbles, so that shouldn't be a problem. And then you use those to rise up and go over here, where you press the switch and trigger more Dirty Bubbles. Now what's up with the Dirty Bubbles? Again, community meme, where the Dirty Bubble, which is actually the one from SpongeBob, was a emote around various channels at various points in time. Nowadays it isn't really a thing anymore. And yeah, it was just used in some moments. I don't know, I don't think I was around at the time to know what the origin is, but yeah, the Dirty Bubble. Sometimes we just take weird stuff and turn them into memes because that's funny. It just feels right. So that being said, Golden Bars Adventure, we did see a lot of golden bars, but there's more to it in this section. Well, not exactly like that. So we have these bars and emeralds. Blue, red, green. I wonder what's up with that, but obviously we need to go over here. And now we get even bigger golden bars. Finally Mario can become rich. No more puny 100 conditions. And a star even! Oh. That was gonna be a way too nice easy star if it was up here. Well, a star? I guess not. What do we do then? Is it under now? Nah. That would be too easy. Oh, there we go. Man. So anyway. Yeah, let's just get the star at last. Come on now. Well. Yep. You're gonna have to play, like, I don't know what this game is called, but basically guess which is the correct one. I wasn't paying much attention, so... Well. That sucks to get skill issued. And the bullet is locked so that it cannot hit you while you're doing this. Pretty nice. But yeah. That definitely contained golden bars, and that was definitely an adventure. So now... Probably the only win cap required star of the game, if I remember correctly. 5 instrumental secrets of the tops, which in true raw hack fashion and in true Super Mario 74 fashion means go all around the level to actually get to the mountain tops and get the secrets from there. Win caps are now enabled. I'm doing this in completely the wrong order. It's fine. And now the cannons also get instrumental. And now we are listening to yet another banger Sonic track. Basically, if you play Agwap Hacks, you're subscribing to a lot of Sonic bangers because he will recreate a lot of those on the way to making his raw hacks and levels. Generous secrets hitbox, thank god, because my flight is not the best today. And can I even make it up here? Please? Oof, that's gonna be rough. So yeah, this time basically tells you win cap will appear here on Act 6. Which, sure enough, that's what happens. So like for everyone who is more traditionalist or tired of custom gimmicks, especially as many as Serene Fusion has, this star is a nice change of pace, because this star puts you in the good old, like just collect the secrets by flying around the level trope of star, which is quite common especially for older roll hacks. Now, air control of the wing cap is its own topic, and it's kind of like piloting a plane IRL, or, okay, not really, but it's definitely involved. So for first-time players of Mario 64 or roll hacks, yeah, it might take its fair share of effort. I have a feeling I already got the secrets, but I'll check just in case. Fair enough. Like basically holding the down button in order to prepare yourself up and holding up in order to go down. Momentum kind of stuff. Yay, it's pretty weird. But luckily, this wrong hack doesn't require too much precise flying. Again, I don't even think we're gonna see the wing cap from now on until the end. And having the objective to fly around the level in free form is actually pretty fun. So yeah, made by Brodude. Like, if you want to play more Brodude wrong hacks, if you like the style of this level, then check out all the Star Revenge series, especially the modern ones. Eventually we are gonna get to more of those, and we are gonna discuss probably the topic of how to play the best Star Revenges without actually going through the whole series, because, well, not all of them are at the same level of quality, and you should only play the modern ones. The numbers are all over the place, so ask for guidance before starting the Star Revenge series. Don't start in numerical order or release order or whatever. I don't know why I need the wing cap when obviously we can just go over here. So, if you're a weeb, this level is for you. Welcome to the Toho area, courtesy of SM64 Pi. Palace of Earth Spirits, obvious Toho references. All of them are good though, that's severe copium. So we are just gonna get a quick redcoin star from here. Not gonna be a big deal, it's just yet another side level, and this one is way shorter than my level, so yeah. The Megapack itself gives you enough guidance on Star Revenges. Oh yeah, that's true. I kinda forgot to promote the Megapack and all of that. But yeah, redcoin star, cool stuff. And again, oh, there's only one of each number in the pack with 5.5 as an exception. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think it ends up being like an implicit rule to have only one of each number, which is just the best one. But again, Star Revenges are a topic of another day. I wonder what this pipe does, though. Oh boy, it's puzzle time. So yeah, only step on the squares that ever get like lit up. If you step on the other ones, well, I'm pretty bad at stepping at the wrong ones apparently. But if you step at the wrong one, wow, bouncing. So pay good attention to what you're seeing. Now I forgot the most optimal route through this, genuinely. So I'm just gonna go with whatever I see. If I don't die trying. So that's cool and all. Actually, I think I can just show the random Toho ornaments on the walls, like this thing, which I don't know whose like trope this thing is, but it's there. I know criminally little about Toho, but basically Super Mario 64 players easily enjoy their Toho bangers in their own hacks. But surely knowledge, as far as I know. And a library maze. God damn it, why? So what are you looking for in this maze? Well, portals with sparkles, basically. Don't question it, just go. Now this one doesn't have sparkles, so it's not exactly recommended. Let's find something else. Like, it's not gonna take you out of the level or anything, but it's gonna put you in more of a trouble. Wrong hackers love Toho, well, then why don't they play it? Alright, and yet another section with this girl. So, mirror maze, pay close attention. Only the mirror platforms are solid. And I think for this one I can just go for the last platform. It's fine. Now, there's an arrow pointing to a coin, and another coin here. What is going on? So now, if you pick up this next coin, you might see you got a bunch of them. I wonder why this is relevant. Well, now I will debunk this maze. There's a bunch of portals, some coins around them, and you have to guess which portal you need to take. Or do you? That's a singular coin. That's a singular coin. See, that's like 5 coins, so this is the correct portal to take. This is the logic that is searched for here. You're not really looking to match colors, you're not really looking to guess in game, because that would be shit. But yeah, the game gave you as much guidance as you could, but people usually don't realize until they get through the maze, or even afterwards. So I'm just here to like spoil this mystery for you. It also doesn't matter what color the coins are, because yellow, red, blue, it's just like a way to trick you. The actual value you're looking for is, do you actually get 5 coins from this coin? And then you go through there. And finally, whoa! Bunch of fake throw stars, huh? So this is basically the Star Revenge bootleg edition. Pi is a pretty good friend of Brodude actually, but he is not responsible for Star Revenge roll hacks. But in this one, we sure as hell have all of the stars taking revenge on you for existing. It's a pretty fun section. But it's also the last section, luckily, because I've spent too much time in this level, honestly. That out of the way, let's go to our next main course. Course 3, Flower Fields. And if you didn't get enough Toho so far, here's more of it. Well, actually it's Deltarune, but like, the level style is definitively Toho. So with this one, Arthur took a spin on the usual Grasslands level and turned it into a Red Grasslands level. And we also have a Koopa race. Let's check out that one. Hey Mario, want to race to the top of the field? No way I will lose this time. Ready? Alright. Alright there, buddy. Alright, Koopa. My good old buddy. Let's actually put some effort into this. That corner is pretty weird, but I will get back to it later. So yeah, let's lose no time and give Koopa no chance to win here. I said... Oh my god. Oh my god. I was about to completely fluke it. Or not fluke it, but fumble it. Well, alright, so I beat the race, everything's fine. But I don't see Koopa anywhere nearby. Like, I hope he didn't get stuck. Because, like, Serene Fusion is a modern rock hack, we shouldn't have that problem, but in old rock hacks, Koopa could get stuck on walls and just basically forget his route and not be able to get to the finish forever. That would be a shame, because, like, I already beat the race, I want my star for it. But let's just go check on him just in case. Also, yeah, no fall damage. Oh boy, he did get stuck. Wait, help? What? Buddy? Are you okay? Huh? Well... seems that Koopa is not having a good day today, so I'm gonna have to give him a nudge or two. You can do that in many different ways, you can punch, you can kick. Yeah, whatever floats your boat. Whatever makes you feel like, hey, I managed to punch Koopa's butt and feel good because of it. Oh, apparently he cannot just get on this one, so we are gonna try to... yeah, do something like this. Also, the stream is probably getting DMCA'd right now because of this port, but... well, skill issue. So yeah. Actually, there's also this sign that conveniently glossed over that appears if Koopa doesn't appear for too long. Where Koopa? I'm like, yeah. You're so quick, I could not even snap you one during the race. Here's your star. So, yeah. This is the Koopa race of all time. So, I think I have been insinuating for a while that this is actually a reference to those Koopa races where, you know, Koopa got stuck on walls, as I explained. But then I was told that's not actually true, that just happened to be the gimmick of this level, but it's a pretty good reference either way. So yeah, that Koopa the Quick Race should be quite memorable. Now that out of the way, let's go explore more of the level, real fast. And real jumpy too. So that star over there might be pretty tempting to just go get it, but we cannot quite make it like that. We're going to be back to it later. Again, it shouldn't be much of an issue because there's a ton of coins in this level. And also the favorite activity, healing Chokias. Also, just in case you didn't know, you should be able to run around poles, which this one says Z, so it must be sleeping. And by spinning around it, you can also get coins. We don't do that in a speedrun because we don't need to, I think, or if we do it then it's on the bottom most of the level, but here it's fine. Just collect whatever coins I feel like. Usually you would do the 100 coins arm with the Koopa race in a speedrun, because, again, you cannot really do much but help Koopa either way. But again, we're not here to be optimal, and really no. We have a bunch of weird stuff going on here. Again, I will get to it later. I promise it will make sense once we actually do it. But for now, bottom of the level. Man, I managed to collect the 100 coins without the blue coin switch. That's a pity. I'll get the blue coin switch first. This one is a pretty good way to obtain a lot of coins fast. Especially in this level, because there's a bunch of blue coins. So yeah, you can get as many as you want. So, this section again. Why did I mention that this corner is a little bit weird? Well, first off this. So you can just walk and run up this plank without any other kind of input, just movement. We can even get here and get 10 coins, but this ledge is pretty weird because if you look at it straight on, like half of it is a wall, half of it is the platform you need to step on to continue. So it might feel a little bit involved to get on this platform, but afterwards this section is not a big deal, unless you're walking off the wrong wall. Now, what could I get with the 100 coins? Well, there's this weird flower patch over here. Whoa! And now we're in hell. We can get out of here by going on the sparkles, it's a return warp. But we are in hell for the red coins, because we're Mario, so I'm just gonna do that real quick. So yeah, basically if you get caught by the red beams, lasers, whatever, then that constitutes a wall bounce. So don't get stuck on here for too long. Or any platform for that sense, for that matter. It is pretty lenient, it will not always attack you if you're touching red pixels, but still, take care. And jump often. Mario is jump meant for a reason. I'm actually not missing anyone in the voice chat. No, there's literally just no one in the voice chat. Alright then, buddies. Alright, guys. The community is not joining me to commentate on this wrong hack. Luckily, I can do it myself. So yeah, what was the star name? Traverse the wooden bridges. One would think we would have already done that, but not really. So now let's do just that. So there was this section. There's actually more to it here. This is kind of a nod to the original Course 9 of 74, which was, again, a grasslands level, but had a lot of these platforms over here. Suspended over, well, actually the main ground of the level you would only lose height and not fall in a dead pit in the original level, so yeah, this level got quite buffed up, all in all. But it's fine, it's just a platforming section. Again, there should be a pretty good balance in Serene Fusion between regular platforming sections with a custom object like the ones where you propel yourself to the top of the level here and there, the vines, and pretty gimmick rewind levels. So there's something for everyone to check out in this one. So, the Vine Adventure. So, say that we do this. Well, now we are stuck. What we are going for here is momentum jumps. Keep holding the direction and jump extra. Now this one is not necessary, careful not to fall off the ledge instead. And for this one, you can actually ground pound to make sure that you don't overshoot. Pretty cool in my opinion. Graze the windmill. Now, for that one I don't feel like doing it, so I will be trying to do a trick. I don't remember in the slightest how this trick is done. But hold on. So this is something you completely do not need to do. This is like completely off the grid. This is not anything casual, but basically you can get some extra height on these platforms by diving on the first frame after you have been propelled by them. This is reminiscent of node-walk glitches we might get to see in other roll hacks, which is weird because these platforms are not node-walks. But now that means I can just go around the whole level. I can jump to this star, from a different position though. I could jump to the other star, which is what we do in speedruns. I could even go to the top of the windmill, which is actually the speedrun way to get the windmill. But I won't be doing that. If G-Roid is next week, they won't the week after Dips. Actually, you can arrange with Andrew that you do the, you know, the same week. You can do 5 and then you can do 5.5. Or, well, he can do 5. Yeah. Because like 5 is gonna be like, what, an hour and a half long? Dips. It doesn't need to be one person per week. Actually, earlier guys, you missed that Doug did Super Mario _4 and now I'm playing Serene Fusion during the same stream. No audio, don't bother Moshi. Sure. But yeah, now to actually do the windmill. This is a thing that actually did not exist in the original Super Mario 74 Course 9. Like, there was a windmill, but there wasn't an inside section of the windmill. So this is a completely new creation. Probably modeled by Arthur and gimmick by Aguap or something to that effect. So there's a bunch of rotating blades. This is a pain to play as a casual, honestly. It doesn't help that like, they're pretty vicious with the wall bounces. They do either 1 or 2 damage based on something. And like, yeah, they're not the most pleasant time, so take care. Yeah, they do variable damage, but I think they shouldn't be doing more damage than regular wall bounce, so not more than 3. Unless weird stuff happens like in the other level with the wall bounce. But yeah, best practice is to avoid them, of course, if you can do that. You will need some pretty Twitch movement for that, but that's fine, because we are already streaming on twitch.tv. It's always good to like deploy jump kicks in order to not hit the lava than actually hitting the lava. And with that dangerous windmill adventure, it's over. I got this. Alrighty, plant wooden posts for the throws. Still kind of cryptic, but hey, at least it tells you that the wooden posts are poundable and useful. So that's what the Z means. The balls are sleeping, so to wake them up you need to butt stomp them. Perhaps they do 1 damage if it's a consecutive power bounce. Except that's literally not what happened, because the first one that damaged me did 1 damage to me, and the second one made kind of consecutive, but not really did 2 damage. Like, I think it works weirder than it's supposed to be. So I'm not completely sure if there's logic behind it that's consistent and followed. So, your mission? Found and pound a bunch of wooden posts, and if you pay attention in the back of the level, we have a tower and its height is raising. The original tower height would be 74, but now... Yeah, I think this one place pretty well exemplifies what's going on. You pound and go down on the wooden poles, and then this thing go up. Did this level have a Toho song? Audio now, do water. Fuck you, Phantom. No. It has always been Deltarune Hopes and Dreams, or Field of Hopes and Dreams. It does sound like Toho, and I've made the mistake multiple times. Invisible wall, by the way. Welcome. This is what we... Wait, no. Is that a visible wall? Damn it. I was gonna shit on the invisible walls, but... Some other day, some other day. So yeah. Again, Phantom, you can take 5.5 after 5 within the same stream next week. It's not an issue. Because both hacks are short enough to make for one like 4-hour segment or episode. So like, I'm completely fine with that. Again, we earlier played Super Mario _4 and now I'm playing Serene Fusion within the same stream. It's not necessarily one hack per week. Maybe I did in the demo. Yeah, actually that might be possible. But anyway, we found a bunch of poles that might be all of them or almost all of them, so let's actually go for this. Wow, you're actually muted. Quite rude, buddy. So yeah, you need to do a circular motion. This is pretty funny to do on keyboard. By the way, yes, I'm playing on keyboard. And now release with B. That's a fail. And now you need to catch the platform again. It's kind of like Bowser throws, which is interesting because we don't get to see Bowser throws in this hack. But yeah. So this concludes our adventure to Toho Grasslands. Or sorry, it was... like, what was the level name actually? Flower Fields, right. That's probably better, we need to see how 5 transforms into 5.5. Yeah, it's a good stack, I guess. So, we continue with the next level, which is not this because it requires 40 stars, for a pretty good reason. It's the most locked level in the game with that requirement. You need half of the stars in the game. Again, we'll get back to it. But first off, Haunted Factory. I'm gonna get pretty spooky in this one. A direct remake of Course 5, also Haunted Factory from Super Mario 74. These are friendly boosts, you can hop on them if you're facing the same way. Make sure to hold the A button to keep the jump momentum, so let's try to do that. Schedule, oh no. Yeah, sorry, this is not the SM64 ROM Hacks Marathon, so this is the second and only other ROM Hack played today, there's not gonna be any more. This is Megapack Spotlight, where we are playing through like 1 or 2 ROM Hacks per week in order to showcase, well, ROM Hacks from our curated Megapack, which you can instead find over here, which are top quality ROM Hacks that the community has picked. And this is the #1 rated on romhacking.com. You can also go by rating on romhacking.com, but this pack is specifically curated to mostly have ROM hacks that people can get into and don't have a lot of weird gimmicks. Well, or do have a lot of weird gimmicks sometimes, like this one, but are pretty manageable and pretty wide overall. So yeah, a bunch of blue jumps to exemplify what I was just talking about, as well as the sign. So yeah, maybe we should put like exclamation mark Megapack or something like this. There's just a 1 break after every hack. True. So yeah, some of them are baits. Also, don't fall in the quicksand, which now exists. Because if you fall in the quicksand, you're going to be sent to the start of the section. Oh no! So yeah, like this guy can almost be useful sometimes, but you shouldn't count on it. And this guy just no. So yeah, hold the A button. That's what I'm doing right now the whole time. Otherwise, you're probably gonna fall. Let me see, is there like an exclamation mark Megapack? Well, not if you spell it like that. Maybe I didn't add a command. I should do that. But yeah, I already explained the idea behind the event. We just showcase ROM hacks with casual playthroughs with timers. That's what's going on here. This is gonna continue until the next event on SM64 ROM hacks, which is going to be the Star Adventure Relay race, or not race, actually just the Star Adventure Relay, where the 24 Star Adventure ROM hacks, where each number is kind of represented by one of them, are going to be run in some order, in like one sitting by a bunch of people, and it's gonna be a very fun time, probably, maybe. And this is gonna be the spring event for now. And then in the summer we will be back with the SM64 ROM Hacks Marathon. But for now, this is the event that we are having. So, yeah, factory style, what would I say? Again, in a pretty nice Gale style, especially with these pipes, which are kind of her staple. And a bunch of coins, which I don't need right now, honestly. Press L to warp back here. Why would I need that? This looks pretty straightforward. Oh, whoops. That's why I would need that. So of course you can do a funny here. That's not the funny. It is funny, but it's not the funny. And do something like this. Or you can not do a backwards long jump with a lot of speed, and you can do this properly. Don't get he-fault. And don't fall off like that. Come on, my man. I'm sucking more than I intend to. It's fine, we will be back with good gameplay in pretty soon. Now it gets weird, don't blink too much. We have a bunch of Jello platforms, basically. Apparently this is a reference to an I Wanna Be The Guy fan game, so therefore shoutouts to Fan Game Marathon. And basically Aguap cooked met when making this. I won't even ask how you make something like this. We are just getting out of here. Don't panic jump. So here's how to follow the instructions literally. Like you just walk this thing, and then you don't jump, and then you fall off the platform. And then you're like, I didn't jump. But it just says don't panic jump, not don't jump. So like, basically use your brain, and not your fears. Alright, next up we will be finding the trash compactor. Sounds like a pretty comfy place to me. I cannot even. And spoilers, it's over here. Whoops. Now let's do this properly. Yep. So yeah. Pretty well labeled. That's it. That's the trash compactor, represented by a bunch of clumps. So the original intention for this star is pretty clever. Gale wanted to find a use for the metal cap that is not just wow bounces, that is based on the metal cap invincibility, and she basically decided to put a hallway of clumps which don't have gaps between each other right here. And they would stomp you over and over again, and you would only survive because of the metal cap, otherwise you would take too much damage. Now the metal cap gimmick has been taken away from this, so now it's only a trash compactor without metal caps. This is to avoid having cap requirements as much as possible. But like, well, you're still left with that. But I'm scared for fuck's sake. Damn it, CB. Well, then this level is not for you, walk away. I still have some other weird stuff to do. So now it says puzzle of the crystals, but I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna get the 100 coins out of the way. Because it's gonna happen at some point. I'm not too much of a fan of 100 coin stars, which is why I usually don't speedrun 100% categories of games. But sometimes it's gonna happen. Like, I'm usually too peanut brained to remember the routes for 100 coins. And then I also have to execute the routes, which is another beast. But this level is very filled with coins, and in that sense it follows tradition. The original level had a blue coin switch in a dedicated section of the level, which was like secret, you're not supposed to easily find it. I called that section of the level colloquially the vote, and it gives you 80 out of 100 coins. So I could get the 100 coins star with that blue coin switch always. However, in this level, you still need to collect coins from some places, but the level is just littered with them. As for the blue coin switch, it's also kind of secret in this section. And it also gives you a lot of coins, just not that many. And I missed like 100,000 million blue coins. But I still get enough to get the star. And now we are gonna finish off with this star that I was sorry about making. Now don't get scared. Now is the moment to actually be scared, because holy hell. This is attack and a half. And we are never going to hear it again. Okay, maybe this will end up longer than 2 hours, because I'm already 1 hour in and I'm not even halfway through the stars. But I did get some of the longer ones. Oh well. We still have many more unexplored factory sections though, so let's go to this one and do the puzzle of the crystals. You can press L button to restart the puzzle. Sure, yeah, we'll not need it. So basically, push crystals, create platforms. 2 crystals just need to touch each other, it doesn't matter where they're located. I mean, for the first set you do have a choice, but from there on, the puzzle is how to get the one next to the other one. So the tricky thing here is that sometimes the crystal will decide to go another way and not the way you pushed it with Mario. So if you grab ledges and do only straightforward movement like this, you should be fine. I bonked on the super tiny crystal over here. And I hope I didn't get stuck. Yeah, there we go. Funny. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sometimes that happens. That's where the L button could be useful. Now that being said, we're almost done with the level. We just have to pass through these scary vents. We just do that for some reason. Alright. If you're not tired of the weirdnesses of the Haunted Factory, then I have one more going for you. Frozen Shell Rides. I mean, to be honest, riding a Koopa Shell sounds pretty standard, so what could be up with this one? Let's find out. So for the most part, the room structure of the level is a pretty proper recreation of the original Haunted Factory, but with more like decorations and all that kind of stuff to orientate yourself, it's much less confusing. And now we are taking the shell for a long ride, if I don't mess up like this. Funny how Mario still remains in the shell state as the shell breaks to the dead barrier. can take this slower than me, but I just like moving around with speed. So now, we go over here, and hold on, oh boy. Say hi to Joel. Some might know him from Vine Sauce or whatever, and some might know him from the community when the Joel emote was a pretty popular 7TV emote. Pretty dumb one is just fucking spinning fish, but hey. Like voice of the people. So apparently that's actually also another kind of reference to the I Wanna Be the Guy fan game mentioned earlier. I'm not gonna question it, it is out there. Now, we should have a course 5 available somewhere after beating completely the first 4 courses and everything else so far, but instead we get a minigame island. We need to beat one of the minigames over here in order to actually trigger course 5, so let's actually cut to the chase and go with Ouija, which I'm pretty sure that everyone wants to see. Touching the Joe always crashes my game, which is funny, what the hell. So welcome, prepare your ears because it's eargasm time. This is Duo Rush, made by Rionu, who also made Mario and Luigi Duo Adventure. Definitely check out that ROM hack. It's a mini hack that's pretty nice. And here we go. Him, Alice Rio, Luigi, Mario 64. If you're a fan of that kind of stuff, then this is for you. Best level in the game, quite possible. Oh yeah, Rion also made Mario's Vacation course, which I think will also be in the Megapack, and so will be played here one day. So yeah, you can tell that his ROM hacks are gonna be the real deal. So, we have a bunch of sprints, moving platforms, turning cameras. The red ones disappear pretty fast, the blue ones disappear the slowest, so right now I will be playing waiting games. Also, the camera doesn't work directionally like in other levels. Common misconception is that you need to actually touch all the red platforms before something happens with the blue one and you can continue. That is not the case, it is just waiting game. So now, Jabo check number 2. If you're playing with Jabo, then you're gonna receive Windows XP effect in the background. Like, it's not gonna be able to clear the background, so it's gonna draw the previous frame of the background onto the next frame and you're gonna get the Windows XP window moving effect. But that's like the only effect that Jabo does wrongly on this game as far as I know. Not counting banana, of course. Yellow platforms are middle, like time to disappear. But these ones are fast, so I need to be pretty fast as well. And green one is pretty much the waiting platform. Each platform takes 3 ticks, it's just that the period of each tick, depending on the color of the platform, is different. For example, yeah, go past here. So this is very much a mix-up between 2D and 3D, and I don't think even the level knows if it wants to be 2D and 3D. Also, shoutouts to fast hanging. This is way faster than in vanilla. You can completely skip the hanging, but even this is fun. And now the best part of the level, where we're literally playing Sonic for some reason. Or maybe other games, I don't know. This is definitely not a Mario moment. So yeah, this was Duo Rush. A pretty banger level by Ryomu, for which you get awarded with 2 stars for playing with the 2 brothers. Pretty neat. Now this unlocks level 5, or course 5, yeah. Love that star, me too, me too. So now let's continue with something that's completely not goofy, and absolutely serious. Let's do Mario Paint with Mario as the brush. Try to recreate the star, your current drawing is 11% accurate. So yeah, pretty straightforward. I will do my best, but please don't judge my artistic skills. I didn't go to school in order to do art, so... You can also undo, but it's like 1 move only, or completely reset while holding. So one thing to keep in mind when operating with Mario as a brush is, first off, you can move completely like regular Mario, you're just in this 2D confinement. And this includes wall jumps, by the way. And second, the drawing point is Mario's actual position, which is between his legs, so like in his bottom part. You're close, your current drawing is 64% accurate. Yo. Undo. Good enough, I think, for that section. Oh, I think we're done. But I mean, I will fill the top of the star. Well, that's okay. You're done with 87% accuracy, here you go. Yup. Pretty fun star. Well, for me it is, but some people might not enjoy using Mario as a brush that much. Now, why am I back here? Well, now I'm gonna try to do my specialty, which is also a challenge that Agua presented at some point in the past. Basically, try to do the same thing and get a passing grade by drawing an Amogus for the star. Yes, that's right. You heard that right, I'm drawing an Amogus with a bit of a backpack, which kind of is cheating, but who cares. Man, that's gonna be one really deformed Amogus, but I'm not really putting the effort today, to be honest. You missed the one in the Realms level though. The Amogus? Nah, don't gaslight me. Yeah, I think that's good enough. It's shaping up. Now for the most difficult part, which is this. It's almost there, yeah. I think I'm gonna cash in on that. Kind of. I mean, this is what we get. Man, this is... But I mean... Yeah, that's usually how it goes with my Amoguses. Oh, that's a passing, but I mean, we aren't exactly done yet. It's good to know that we are passing, but still. Almost. I've drawn better ones for Rio, but well, I hope it looks enough like it with 73% accuracy. Shoutouts. Usually I don't like Amogus as a meme, but this is the one exception due to, well, circumstances. It's a funny thing to do. So let's just continue with the minigames here. Welcome to swimming. Upgraded. Agua used to sell swimming on the SM64 Long Hacks Marathon because it's just so good for your health and muscles and whatnot. But now we have advanced swimming with this Koopa Shell and this swimming section of all time, which, okay, fair enough. Do I need to die though? This jump is like one of the hardest parts, but basically approach it from this side and keep holding the A button and you should be able to pass. Now some camera rules are different underwater, for example turning around doesn't stick the camera in that rotation underwater. You'll have to get used to that while playing. But again, we'll be playing a lot of wrong hacks over here, so you will be able to find out what the differences between different cameras are, if you haven't learned that yet. In general, cameras and wall kicks are the two most fundamental skills to learn when playing Mario 64 and its roll hacks. And so one way or another you will get used to them if you persevere for playing roll hacks, because they will expose you to those two mechanics all the time, for better or for worse. And one more minigame is this clock tower level. If you wanted something that more reminds you of pure platforming, this is the level for you. This one is gonna be pretty short because I'm just gonna go through it. But basically, it does demand some kind of wall jump prowess. Well, the ability to jump a bunch of times in succession and then wall jump out of that. And a lot of clock rotating parts, which basically means this is a spiritual successor to TikTok clock from vanilla. That's just how it is. That's a pretty poor angle, so I will triple jump. There's a bunch of stuff going on over here that I'm making use of that I will not really explain in detail for casuals because they don't need to be concerned with it. But basically, yeah, you're just required to do pretty good jumps in this level, especially in this section. Because like, this one section is where you don't want to land on the steep parts of the clock, but you also want to get up there, for which you need height. So yeah, that's why I'm sucking actually. Again, a little bit more than I would like. Seriously. To my shame, I've sometimes done like as poorly in speedruns. And again, like, there's not much else to showcase in this level, so I should just get it over with. But I mean, I guess that also shows how it would go if you would do the casual experience without knowing enough about Mario's moveset. Still, don't get discouraged to try. It's not a very punishing level. There's much worse in the roll hacks out there. And even if you cannot do it, you can skip it. Like, you also don't need to complete the roll hacks 100%. It's fine. Like, this roll hack contains 80 stars, but if you know what you're doing and how you're playing it, you can beat it 80% in only 10 stars. That said, there's no reason for me not to go completely through everything. So 38 is pretty close to 40, but before that we'll have to do the last main course. So, buttons here are sticky, you keep your position on them after the wall kick. Let's make use of that. You don't get to see this very often. And finally a Toad Star, a classic. Mario, you found me! Want a star? Yeah, I don't know what kind of voice that was. That was not necessarily a Toad voice. But I think it was half as annoying. So, Abandoned Catacombs by Scuttlebutt Razor. This is actually the first level, well, the first main level anyway, which is not the Super Mario 74 remake level. This is a completely original level, and here's especially where the, original levelness of Serene Fusion begins. The custom gearings just keep on going though. Which you will see pretty soon. For example, these platforms. So I'm doing the Comet coins immediately to again get them out of the way, also because there is obviously a bunch of coins around the starting area of this level, and there is even more where I'm going next. We also have these sticky platforms that we are going to discuss in a bit. They're sticky hangable ceilings. You can ground pound off of them. You can also press the A button in order to cling off of them. But yeah, is there a reason you haven't done the sand slide yet? I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. That's the entire reason, legit. Yeah, and here's the red coins playground, where you can do a bunch of stuff to get a bunch of red coins. I mean, you do need to get the red coins. And there's platforms all over the place. So I like how Scuttlebug decided to make this level into a bunch of rooms which are like playgrounds where you have multiple different ways to go and get stuff. For example, this red coin you can get like this, but you can also get with a precise wall jump over here. Or, yeah, a wall jump without hanging even. So, there's this thing here. And there's that button over there. Magic. Oh man. But yeah, red coins like these are fun times, both because they're in a dedicated section and because you can do them in many different ways. For example, this one, I could probably get stuck on the platform and then do a wall jump. And okay, what red coin am I missing? Oh wait, it's that one. Well, be fast from the switch in order to get in this way. Otherwise, I think you can... Okay, not with a long jump, but you can do something like that from the top here. Even though it's kind of tight. So, with course 5 unlocked or like played through, we get these platforms, which people who have played Super Mario 74 Extreme Edition will recognize. This is actually the road to Bowser, but we don't have a Bowser key. The story will continue in later levels, since we are playing the entire game anyway. I'm gonna go down here because there's actually more to this place. Too much moving around. So yeah, there's this wall, and there's some platforms going upwards. Let's investigate that. So there's the hanging garden section of this level, and logically it will lead us to another side yet again. It's a bit of a maze though. So you pick. There are speedrun ways to completely skip the hanging of this, but well, in case you're not able to do that, this is what you're supposed to do. It's kind of trippy, honestly. Now this platform we can only access from this side, because as you can see there's a gap from the other side. But this is the platform that takes you to the next level, high up and into the star.
Here we go!
Catacombs highest spot. Well, well, well. We sure got there.
Let's go!
Well, there's wall kicks that again enable you to get here faster without pressing the button for the platforms, but I'm just gonna go like this instead. So, fun fact about these platforms, they're also sticky, so you're intended to do wall kicks like this. Or if you're too scared to do that, you can also long jump straight away. And sometimes even make it to the platform. Sometimes. And now, welcome to the Scuttlebug's playground. Again, many different ways to get through this section because there are just a bunch of random floating platforms that make up the multiple paths to continue. You don't need to do as many wall kicks as I do. There's other ways to go up. I just did whatever was sensible enough to get me up there without falling, without straining too much. And we still have Star 2 to get. Let's see. So for once I will be doing this start properly today. There's this room where we have a bunch of these platforms again, we have a bunch of walls in the way. It's a pleasure to travel through, except not really. And now, any moment now, hangable ceiling. Now, what's gonna happen with that? Well, this here is also hangable ceiling. You basically need to go backwards while avoiding these holes. So that's yet another layer of the level. And finally you get to this switch, which also gives you a checkpoint. Press L if you need to warp back there, because this is the timed platform section of the level.
Here we go.
Alright.
Let's go.
Now that should, can we actually get to that faster now? So after you get like the first 2 stars I think, or 3 stars of the level, you get a faster upward to this section of the level, so you can go here immediately. Or you can go even higher, following the coin line the way I said earlier. You see a coin line, then you probably need to go there. And now to the most echoey part of the level for some reason. With a boo fight of all time. Bet you never fought a boo like that in vanilla. This is like an easier recreation of the boo fight late into Star Revenge 6.25. Which we will also see one day. Wait, we already saw in the last Megapack spotlight actually. So that's what I was talking about. That one has you beat a boo on breakable timed blocks, and these ones are kind of not breakable. And the timing isn't too difficult.
Let's go.
Now, where is that other star that we need to get? Well... Oh, right. That's the one I'm missing. So... this area. Sticky again. Angled and sticky. Man, I trusted you. As it turns out, sometimes you don't need to trust platforms. Sometimes you can do better than them. But this time I'll choose to trust platforms one more time. This timer is actually pretty long, so you can take it really slow with the platform cycles here. Or you can just do other types of wall kicks and get it over with.
Here we go.
Since we are already late on time, I won't show the speedrun skip for this star, but it's pretty funny the way you're able to do it. Instead, this level. Careful here. Caution, do not enter. This abandoned grain silo has been placed under strict no entry policy. Persons who enter may be putting themselves at danger and are liable for any damages that occur. I actually read that, wow. But even more importantly, this is a wall behind the door. This place has a strict no exit policy. And we are stuck in endless stairs. Now that's not fun. I just hope they do actually have an end. This is annoying. Ah, okay. Press L to free. So we are now at the sign. Careful now. Red arrows mean up, blue arrows mean down. Apparently we climbed like 10 floors to get up here, even though the 20 and 50 is confusing. That's basically different nerfs of this level. And now we are trying to traverse through the maze and the map here. So, go to floor 1. Yeah, there we go. And now we want to go to floor 2. Now if we keep going down, this will loop us back to floor 2. So this is the safest floor of them all. If you go up though, floor 3. Now let's go to floor 4 and... Wait a minute. I cannot actually get to floor 5 from here, so let's actually go back down. Floor 2, go up to the red arrow to go to 3, go down blue arrow to go to 5, and now just keep going up. No, not like that, that's not up. A lot of indications have been added to this level to basically tell you that you are in fact doing progress. The stairs are not endless and you do need to be doing this madness like this. So hopefully people don't get too confused by this level.
Here we go!
So yeah, this might be the most puzzling level in the ROM hack, so take care. Now we have completely exhausted the first overworld, except for like one side level that I missed, and now I remember why I missed it. Basically because you need a star from course 1 for that one, because you need to unlock level 2, which also has this pipe on top. Since it's an unbeaten level, it will also have sparkles around it. So welcome to the, what's it called, Sandy Hill slide. This one is also made by Brodude. You could be able to tell from his style. And basically listen to the camera requirements over here, because there's a bunch of twists and turns and wall kicks. Lucky your camera is actually not perfect for slides, because you do need to control it between forward and sideways for best effect. And this thing over here might actually be difficult, but don't worry, there is checkpoints as usual. Now let's actually listen to camera recommendations and go Mario. And lucky to again. When you see a wall kick section, go sideways. That's the best thing you can do. Otherwise you will have walls in the way, and just wall kicks forward and backward are usually a pain in the butt. So yeah, if you fall in the quicksand, it does put you other gear back on the side to the nearest checkpoint, but it doesn't keep you completely fixed. Always do this in parallel cam only. It's possible, but like, it's not the best experience. Also, there's a skip in this level that completely just avoids the need to do any of the slide, but I don't do it for showing case purposes. Now we are done with Overworld 1. Let's go in the big shiny scary orb. And I'm doing it the wrong way. I need wing cap for this. No, it's more like you need wing cap for this. I can do it in a way that I don't need wing cap, but again, we're just showing how it's done in the easiest way possible. Welcome to Triarch Bridge. This is actually the bonus level that replaces Champions Challenge from Super Mario 74. Bonus level in Extreme Edition. Arthur also made this one, and he really wanted to put like Triarch Bridge as a bonus reward for players into the 74 remake, but of course that together with the other levels didn't really get anywhere until this ROM hack. Since it doesn't really have a place in the ecosystem, so to say, I got decided to use it as an overworld, and to be honest I think it fits pretty well in that position, even though I still enjoy much more its position as a bonus reward side level. So first off we're gonna collect some red coins, and finally we're gonna play through the levels in here. Same old as usual really. So yeah, the story of the original Triarch is that it had the red coins which were very easy around the level, and that was like the star of triumph for actually getting all other stars in 74 Extreme Edition, almost beating the hack. But then we all decided, hey, I'm gonna put 6 extra stars which are not even that difficult, but they're just hanging hidden off of ledges. For example, there was a box hidden under that structure. And 5 other stars like that. But you'll need to try to find extra hard. Now we don't have such stuff over here because this ROM hack is, again, just casual. But still, those who know, they know. So technically you can get to Triarch really quickly. You can do it after obtaining the wing cap, so at 0 stars, or even without the wing cap, so still at 0 stars. And in that case you will be able to play course 6 immediately. So like course 1 and course 6 are actually the first unlocked levels in the game, because this one isn't locked behind the previous course. Now, we're gonna play a little game that is very popular in the community, and is known as Where the fuck is the last red coin? There it is.
Here we go!
Now let's move on and wrap it up. So at this point, Dronehag basically stops pretending outside of the very tired bridge area that it's a Super Mario 74 or Project 74 remake, and it starts with all the original levels, where creators just did whatever they can do best. For example, usernames are spiders, with Honey Hive Falls remake of Super Mario Galaxy, Honeycomb Galaxy or something, with a bunch of these characters. Sorry about him, he's weird. For the record, us LOBs are simply workers. We have a job, and we do it. They also do that, but don't tell anyone that, because we live in a bureaucracy. We aren't supposed to know that. Also be aware that honey is sticky. That's obvious, not a lot of people know that. Few folks have tried to sell me honey as a web extension, as if I'm some dirty spider needing web. Damn it. Hello stranger, sir, this is our beautiful honey place. Be aware of the rules. Don't touch the nests. Never mess with an angry red hornet. The tarantula hawks are your friends and will guide you to where you need to go. Tarantula hawks are these creatures. Also prominent in another usernames are Spider's Dronehag, which is called Super Luigi 64 The Flower Cup, and we will play eventually as part of the Megapack Spotlight. It's gonna be a very fun time, but for today, Button Galaxy reference. I should probably get the 100 coin stars as well. I really don't need you, Koopa, but right now I should just kill you out of spite. Okay. So there's these guys. What do? They do this. And this is the main gimmick of the level. Should be pretty self-explanatory at this point. Again, an abundance of coins, you don't really need coins from any particular section to get the 100, so I'm just getting whatever. Man, I'm really bad at this. How? You may not enter this tunnel. We have all security systems enabled. After we are breached, you will be burned to a crisp. And indeed, this shit's dangerous. So I'm just gonna escape from here. Just like heroes do. I wonder if I'm missing any red coins right now. Probably not. I think I'm fine. So now we're gonna have a funny conversation with this dude, this specimen. The hornets and hawks don't talk much to strangers. We honeybees do, because we communicate the most, since we have to alert each other where humans plant your pesticides in your grapes. Speaking of which, do you know tarantula hawks use tarantulas to feed their young? They paralyze them and bring them to their den, lay their eggs inside, and the pups eat the tarantulas slowly, one by one. Nature is beautiful. True. Well, whatever I just read was not beautiful, but nature is beautiful. Forget it about the Koopas. So this platform is notoriously difficult to get out of, because you need weird stuff like this, which is not intuitive at all. I don't think you can do it with just a side flip. I don't think you can even do a triple jump, no. But you can also fall off, it's fine. And then we get back here. Okay, I'm here a bit too early with not enough red coins, but that's fine. I might need to go more upwards, but I'm not sure. Yeah, there's some stuff going on here, but that's not where I need to go, because I'm still looking for red coins. Oh yeah, there's one over there. Oh, the way back there. This guy goes there. Sure. Now, what happens if you collect the 100 coin star in this state? But you need to be careful because you cannot jump very high, as we saw over here. Sorry about that. The little food I ate today is communicating with me. Okay, that's cool and all, but actually I need the other red coin. By the way, there is a red coin radar in this game, I just haven't been enabling it this whole time. If you press L in any level that has red coins, then you will be guided to the red coins like this. It's a pretty good casual feature. And if you don't have any more red coins left, then the arrow is leaving you. Now I need to get back to the other section of the level. Interesting. And the guy's over there now. So, well, good job. I can just take another guy though. And there we go. I think that guy speaks about something like propaganda for the media. So we are just gonna skip that. Getting one of the stars in this level could push down and go to continue. Oh, is that really possible? I think speedrunners don't use that, so do tell because this sounds interesting. Like, I know that there's some ways to achieve non-stop in some levels. One of the next ones that we will visit is one such example that I will not be doing. But right, and here's how to catch a fire. But like, yeah, didn't know there would be one in this level. So these things are quite annoying because you need to do wall jumps while avoiding the fires but also not hitting them. Because they actually affect the wall collision and sometimes make it not possible to wall jump. On the spinning platforms it's possible. Gotta find out eventually. But yeah, oops. Nice wall texture. So like that blue guy was imprisoned wrongly apparently and we helped him escape and he has a star for us because of it. The usual story. Now let's actually go investigate the purple jelly tower over there. Because that looks like a good idea. Yummy even. And at this point I'm kind of just playing at whatever speed I feel like, I do admit. I'm just playing with the movements that I know and will get me fast to the finish. Unless I do this. But yeah, this is the principle of this section. You would usually do wall jumps in order to get to higher layers of platforms in this level. Unless you fall off, in which case this happens. Well, or you can wait for the next platform like this instead. Yeah, usually at this point of the game I'm kind of running out of commentary to present because I'm out of knowledge of, or, well, the area for talking about Project 74 stuff is kind of over. So at this point of the game I'm kind of just playing the game because those are original levels only present in here. But with this next gimmick things will get interesting again, because you can stand on these things. It's... okay, it's kind of safe to do. You can use them to traverse platforms like that, or you can try to break them, in which case... whoa, my boy. Also a feature that I glossed over previously, if you stand on the Book switch without breaking it, you get a preview of where the Book will spawn. Some of them anyway. Well, all of them, but not all of them will be visible from your current position. So rotating the camera might be useful in these moments, if you need to do wall jumps like this, without weird angles. So those are 4 secrets over here, but how do we get to the 5th one? Well, intended is actually this, using this guy. Otherwise you can go over the top of the platform. Oh yeah, there's more secrets. I'm hallucinating now. Like, yeah, these guys get to this side and to the top. You can also get to the top in other ways, such as, again, these things. Apparently those are hornet nests, but like, why do they explode? I have no idea. So that was collect the honeycombs. I think we are still missing a couple of stars. Oh yeah, caution on the boards and then the secret star. I can't do caution on the boards next. I was briefly there when I was saving myself from getting stuck in another area, so this one won't be too big of a deal to find, right? Yeah, we need to take this guy. Basically, we need to go upwards. And these are our boards. For which the optimal moment to jump is when they are kind of in the middle of their spin. Gotta be careful, otherwise that happens. Now, you don't want to touch the bottom platforms, because then the checkpoint will get reset to the bottom layer. You want to basically fall straight down and die for once, because then you will get transported back up here. Weird stuff, but oh well.
Here we go!
And now just one more secret star to go. Wonder where it be. Where could it be? So funny. This time I'm just gonna go to this area straight ahead. Wait, that's actually the wrong area. Never mind. I'm gonna go to the other area. By using this guy again. So yeah, where we actually need to go is explore this section. Because that's where they hide a star. And now in true hidden star fashion, you cannot really see it unless you really look for it. Or literally just look at the coin line here. But there's a funnier way to get it. You want a secret spot? I can bring you over there, yes? So that's our guy. So this is some intricate commentary about the state of, you know, secret stars in Mario 64 ROM hacks, where they're just off a random fucking ledge, which is otherwise 3mm away from the rest of the level. Nice way to die, by the way, I didn't know that was possible. But yeah, basically... that's our secret star. And that concludes the B adventure. Next up. Welcome to the sphere level. So first off, L to try. So a sphere level has 2 staples. First off, reusing this level model, or well, this level model is only part of the original sphere levels from Super Mario 74. And putting it in a different rotation and putting different platforms around it. But like only adding basically. And second, Stone Tower tempo music from Majora's Mask. That's how the original sphere level started, with 2 of them in Super Mario 74. They got remade in Extreme Edition, they got remade further in other Wood Mirror ROM hacks. And finally the sphere level is back with a vengeance here in Serene Fusion, the Pro 74 remake. So basically you're looking for a position that will get you to the star down there in the middle. In that, like, yeah, in that place. That's what we want to achieve here. And basically the moment you press L to try, it's like an evaluation period. You cannot move Mario anymore, you can only reset to readjust. So this level is supposed to be like the infinite sphere. Like we were talking about sphere rotations with these levels, since they're composed of just rotating the base level around in a different way. Well, this level you can rotate in all kinds of positions, so like a sphere doesn't get more rotations than this one. Now why is it made by Sega? What kind of gimmick is Agwap taking from Sega? I don't know, but that doesn't matter too much. So that's our sphere level. So next up, Dead Space base. I cannot say too much about this level, I will just go through it. It is space themed, so it will have low gravity, which makes for a pretty cool section here. That's basically about it. But it was at this point where I, especially as a Super Mario 74 and its remakes enjoyer, kind of lost track of how things are, because these are just completely original, new, untied to the rest of history levels. Not to say that the levels are bad, that's not the case. It's just at this point I was definitely ready to, well, finish Serene Fusion and then take my leave with it. But still, this level is pretty well themed, as you can see. So I'll try to get the 100 coins out of the way as usual right now. I should go in completely different ways and finish here. I just have routes in my head for how to get the 100 coins. That doesn't mean you have to get the 100 coins in the same way, like order or speed or whatever. Get as many coins as you want from wherever you can. And super fast bullet bills. Yeah, that's definitely interesting about this level, because that's probably the only way you're getting hit by bullet bills anyway. The ones in this level are actually dangerous. I should not be continuing this path if I want to do the coins. And that's the wrong way to go. Pretend you didn't see me going there. And now I need to get a bunch of coins from this section. Mario really is a superhero with wall gravity. So like this many coins should be enough to return to the other area where I want to finish. But I might as well show where the blue coin switch is. Yeah, it's here. And there's another star here. It's pretty annoying in several ways, we'll get back to it. So, welcome to the, I don't know, storage room or something. Basically, we are looking for wall coins which are secrets. And yet again, since it's pretty freeform, it goes up and down and around. You're gonna need to do some scavenger hunting to get all the coins, and you may use many types of wall jumps or other movements on the way there. For example, hidden ledge section, which actually gives you 10 coins I could have collected earlier. So, where else could we go? Let's see. First off, take wall-kickable walls and use them. Second, this also applies for this part. I think you're intended to use like that platform, which you can also do, but we can do this. Now we're on the top layer anyway. I guess I'm gonna use the bottom then, if I can catch it. I don't know, it's all over the place. You can get up in many ways, I'm really just proving that right now. Even if not in the most casual way possible. And then there's this switch, which will basically raise a platform for you, so you can get to the other side, if you cannot get to the other side in any other way. Now, however, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to finish off this thing with this final coin.
Here we go!
But yeah, this overworld over here seems to be taking up more and more color as we get more stars, so yeah, let's just keep going with that. Now, red coin planetary ring, yeah, I did blatantly ignore it when being outside, so yeah, let's do that now. Oof. I guess that was the speeder way to go. I'm gonna go for this star then. We're gonna get the red coins next, I promise. So here's these platforms. Pies with missing slices. And this is where I do agree that the camera is pretty ass for dealing with this section, especially as you progress up. And the holes get smaller, and the platforms you land on also get smaller. And I'm surprised I did it with this little trouble. During speedruns even, I would suffer more with this star. So yeah, I'm glad it's out of the way, actually. Which you don't say very often about Serene Fusion stars, but here we are. But yeah, it is an interesting platforming challenge. I was about to do the same thing a second time. So, red coins. Do keep in mind that those platforms move in and out of your feet, or, well, not really your feet, but the red coins' feet. Okay, that got weird. Forget what I said. Yeah, like basically sometimes red coins will be under these platforms, sometimes they will be under thin air. Also, yeah, never try to jump kick out of a side flip, because you're in such a state where you always will dive. But also you can die here, your progress doesn't get reset, sometimes you even go into better positions. So that's like the new way to get these red coins. Which I admit I have resorted to sometimes, because sometimes I just don't remember the best way to get a red coin. So this is also a valid way. And I mean, this one is just pretty high, so might as well. I'm gonna deliberately pull backwards so I can spawn on this checkpoint and not on the middle platform.
Here we go!
And there should be one more star to go. Oh, two more stars. Okay, fair. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, this level does more feel like you have predefined paths to go and you're really gonna see when you have to take the same path several times, it's really gonna be noticeable. Well, I guess I'm showing this. So if by accident you find this hole over here, it leads to another part of the level. As it turns out, there's more level here. And there's this hidden section. The hidden walkout. Yeah, this is basically the same as Secret Star as far as star names go. Because it doesn't really tell you where it is, it just says, hey, it's hidden. So yeah, that's supposed to be a secret star, so I guess that's at least a little bit of a nod to really old throne hacks. Now though, the star that I was actually supposed to get on this way. Yeah, really my problem is that I'm rushing, otherwise there's no reason to die to these bullet bills. And now this section. Okay, we don't lose the low gravity power upon getting hit by bullet bills. Kaze with last impact. So yeah, let's just try to, you know, use the low gravity wall kicks in order to get through the bullet bills instead of getting hit by them. Wait. Oh, I desynced the middle bullet bill. That's actually pretty nice. Because now it makes my job easier. And once more with feeling. Let's go, 64 stars. So 64, 72, 79, yeah. No. Yeah, that was the last star in this level. So let's continue with the other side of the Terror Bridge. We have only 2 main levels to go and 2 side levels. For a total of 16 stars. And they're gonna be pretty fun, I promise. So first off, let's go to yellow. I like the color of yellow. I just like pastel colors in general. Well, there doesn't seem to be much here to do. But there is a banana peel for some reason. Whoa! Yeah, this level is called Sleep on a Banana Peel. And it presents itself. I will shut up for the next minute or so. So yeah, this marvel of animation was made by Dan Gonplay TV. Go check out that guy because his other works are on the same level of quality and they do actually have gameplay content. For example, Mystery of the Capsmith demo, which has only like 15 stars, is I think the second highest rated ROM hack on romhacking.com, while Serene Fusion here is the first. Now, unfortunately, it's a mini hack, so we will not play it as part of Megapack Spotlight for the foreseeable future, but you should definitely go play it. The visual quality and all the stuff like that is actually all the same. So I will go back here, not necessarily to show the banana cutscene, but because there is a speedrun way to go through this level. You hold the A B for a few seconds, cutscene skip, this run better be good. So that's the speedrun way to go through this level, so you're not forced to watch 1 minute of animation in the middle of otherwise the speedrun. So this one better be good. Now, actual main level. Time Travel Ruins. Try out the Foxium, which you have in the bottom left corner, and represents a time travel ability for tiers between the past and or the present and the future. He also made Shotgun 64, which most people know. Hey, the whole point of doing this Megapack Spotlight event is that people can sometimes not know about even the most popular or the top-rated ROM hacks. I mean, Shotgun did get famous enough to get taken down by Nintendo actually, and it's probably the first non-Kazakh hack to do so. But yeah. But good call to mention it still. So, time travel gimmick, pretty quickly introduced. I don't know if there's much to say about it, thereby. So first off, I would just be collecting the coins to get them out of the way because, well, let's just say, I need a break because when it comes to this level, it's completely broken in a speedrun sense. You can use the time traveling ability to cheat yourself out of getting kicked out of the level. And when that happens, you can basically achieve non-stop and get all the stars in the level in one go. If you're lucky and things don't break, but that's a completely different topic. So, the rules of time travel. Well, one of them is small Goomba in the present, big Goomba in the future. Worth more coins. Kill big Goomba, get 5 coins. And then the small Goomba still exists. But later on in the level, a sign tells you that if you kill the small Goomba in the present, that's cause and effect on the timeline. And the big Goomba in the future will not exist anymore, because you killed the small one in the present. I hope that makes sense. Now though, let's continue with the future part of this level. Especially while collecting coins. This is one of the levels that really doesn't lend itself well to 100 coin star, or like, it's just a byproduct of the level and having a lot of coins, but in reality, like, it doesn't fit with any other part of the level. So we're just going. This might be a sign that talks about cause and effect. Yeah. Also, there's those X's on the ground. And actually, if you go in the present, those are secrets. So yeah, completely visible in the present, marked in the future, but not available to collect. So there should be one next to this sign, yeah. Also, another interesting feature of the time travel pools is that they act like checkpoints. So like, if I am to die now, I should be transported back to the nearest time travel pool that I touched. Case in point. So I only need 1 more coin, so I'm just gonna kill this Goomba and not worry about it anymore. But this 100 coin star spawns right into Mario, instead of above him as usual. This is in order to prevent glitches with spawning the 100 coin star, then not collecting it, then going around different timelines, which screws up the star. And that was found very early, I think before public release even. So yeah. So I did collect a number of secrets, but the other good candidate for... well, come on now. The other good candidate to collect here is actually the red coins, so I'm just gonna go there. And this rocket is really getting in the way. And now... yeah. So, if these gears give you PTSD flashbacks, then good job, because you must have played SM64 Last Impact, and I suck too much to showcase the point. Now, if they don't give you PTSD, that's fine, because I will show you how to deal with them in a painless way. But either way, those gears are actually much better than the ones in Last Impact. They will usually not screw you up. Like, the way I just died is because of myself, really. So yeah, and here's another time travel full checkpoint, which I will gladly take at this point. So, go between present and future here. Rusts the time gear so that they stop, but you don't get to get red coins out of them. The correct way to do that is without time stopping. No, it's not the correct way, it's a way to do it. We don't shame on people who actually use the intended mechanic of the level. Now, yeah, you do always need to return to the present in order to manage to see where is the next red coin and how to get it. But yeah, in general, it shouldn't be too difficult as long as you're managing your time travel potion. Which, yeah, now I'm getting called out to Warp 2, which you can do is, by the way, the glitch that breaks this level into no stop. But in this case I managed to do it without too much problems. Made by a Rovert, who also made a... Rovert made Curse Mirror, right? I'm not mixing them up with Comet. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, go check out also Beyond the Curse Mirror. Or wait for it to happen on the spot, right? Eventually. DM. So now that I got the 100 coins, I have explored like 2/3 of the level doing so. So let's see what other stuff we can do. Well, first off, let's get the secrets this time. One of them was actually marked to be in this square here. First playing this, I didn't realize time traveling stops the things. God damn it. Okay, so that's 3 marks over here, but actually they're kind of spread around the level. So for the other 2, we need to go over here. Nice ground pound. Here's one of them. And for the last one, yeah. So that's how it goes.
Here we go!
Secret hunt between the years. Definitely. Which is not to be confused with Through the Ages by Kaza, which is a completely different ROM hack. But I still managed to evade Star 1, which is somewhere out there. I think I'm gonna go for it next, since I do actually remember now where it is. So, fun fact, apparently you're intended to use this thing as movable in order to get further in the level, like I'm about to do in a little bit. I didn't know about that until like 2 weeks ago, which is hilarious. So basically, like now you should be able to kind of long jump to the platform or something like that. If it was farther away, you can still do it with an elaborate long jump wall kick, so you don't need to know you can push the platform. But yeah, wow. Yeah, this entire thing is pushable. I'll be spreading the knowledge now. Yeah, you don't need to do the scuffed jump there, like the long jump wall kick or triple jump wall kick. You can just push the thing. Yeah. I don't know who told me, was it Doc playing Serene at some point or... But well, that's how it goes. So yeah, the basic gimmick in its simplest form is whenever you see a platform that looks like it should appear in the other area, for example these clouds are quite transparent here, or like you cannot progress further, then do a time travel switch. So now we're in the upper part of the level, which oddly enough houses an extra 2 stars. I'm gonna go for this one first because it's kind of more straightforward. Just make the tree grow, then you climb the tree. It is a big tree. Quite healthy for 40 years. And also apparently in autumn season. Again, even if you fail, you would only be put back to the time warp down there at the start of this section. But now, wall kicks across time. Quite the doozy.
Here we go!
Epocha wall kicks tour. Now that's a reference. Gates suck in the time, so that's the other one that I mentioned briefly when I was up there. So basically, we're going up there again. Let's actually hold L2 back to the pool, even though it makes literally no difference. Except here's the thing, I didn't touch a pool in this level so far, so start of the level for me. This one I will touch just in case something goes wrong. And now let's take the other part. So yeah, this is really a Bob-on Battlefield looking moment with the star behind the gate. There's only a change I'm missing to complete the picture, but well, I mean, let's just consider this place. When the purple switch is pressed, the gate will open in exactly 40 years of time. So if you press it in the future, it will open even more in the future. But if you press it in the present, and conveniently go 40 years in the future, you will find an open gate. And there we go. Big puzzle. Much brain. One final star, Vigorous Time Explosion. I have been glossing over this ever since I saw the Vigor in the very first trip in the level. So now let's actually, you know, go visit our good old boss buddy and, you know, just do the thing, the usual. Vigor is one of the poorest bosses in Mario because he doesn't even try to be evil, he just, wait, what the... Okay. Alright. Guess Vigor has learned new moves now. Yes, there's actually consequences for stomping on its head. So yeah, this funny gets a lot of people logically. And so the next step is to figure out what does the game actually want from us in order to avoid this. Do we actually run away that way and so on? No, actually the explosion grows to go through the entire level, so there's no salvation like that. But you can go ahead in time. Again, don't forget about the level gimmick. This is probably the second place where this is relevant, you know, after Predestined Fate with the gravity loop. Now the third time around, he's just defeated, so yeah, there's that.
Here we go!
So we are almost done. 8 stars left, that is one main course and the Bowser level. So this concludes our visit to the time travel ruins. At this point the overworld is still pretty fuzzy, static effect, drag bridge we shouldn't really be here, but most of the levels beaten now bring cover back to this place, as you can see. How much better or worse can it get in this final venture here? Welcome to Stargaze Medley, aka the medley of Star Revenge levels. First off, Star Revenge Redone 2.0 Course 2. A pretty nice grasslands mountainy level, and what are we actually doing here? Press L to reroll. So this level will be entirely randomly generated for each section that we are going through. And you need to figure out yourself a path to actually get to the star based on the platforms. Yeah, we are going to repeat this 7 times. It's a non-stop level, it just completely breaks the rules of all other levels, but yeah, that's what it is. So this level, Star Revenge 2.5 Remnant of Doom, Course 11 Blue Moonlit Desert. basically it's a white Kaiser roll hack, which means that this level, or the level that this level is representing, is hella difficult. And this level would also be difficult if it stayed in its original form. But then a certain resident idiot mushroom, who might or might not be playing this roll hack right now, complained to Agwap that this would be too difficult for casuals and compared to the other sections of this level. So Agwap in turn nerfed these pyramids to be a climbable collision, which makes this section much easier. And I mean, some would complain because, hey, it's way too easy, but at least it fits with the rest of the level. Maybe this should be fine on the final section, but not at the second section. Starving 0, course 15, Wall Zone. As you can see, the platform design in that one, in the original I mean, is mental. In this remake though, as long as you find a good configuration, at least here it's easy. Star Revenge 3.5 Course 7. What was it called again? Sandfall Ruins. The bottom is quicksand, of course, case in point. But in this one, you're getting an infinitely long metal cap by default in order to deal with the lava cacti as the way to the goal. Yes, these cactuses are supposed to hurt and there's no feasible way to really do that in Mario 64. They are turned into lava across Star Revenge games. Quite funny. This one might be one of the more difficult sections for people to come through. Star Revenge 6, I think, like one of the Bowser levels, don't remember the name, but basically, yeah. Intruder World from Team Fortress 2, or the, like, what was the original source called? Mission Impossible Team, yeah, that one. And of course the level is thematically fitting. And I also suck at getting through it, so that's pretty on point. Of course, the speeds of the whites are randomized, their starting position and so on, so yeah, this takes some effort, and I was basically there if I didn't just rush it. So yeah, in true random fashion, some configurations are free to go through, and some are absolute hell buttfuck. This one was somewhere in the middle. Almost done. What could be the challenges that await us next? Holy shit, what is that place? Star Revenge 5.5 Overworld, basically. A really ominous looking place that we might get to see soon in the Megapack Spotlight. And we just need to get to the end of the level. This is actually probably the easiest section out of all those, because you can roll until you get all caps and then just bounce through the section or fly over. Getting some pretty fit RNG possible, but oh well. So yeah, this is actually a free level despite its ominous look. The people usually will be surprised to see, and then you see this. Usually when I talk to people that play this for the first time, this is the second time where I say, welcome. 8 red coins. Star Revenge 8 reference possibly, and a bunch of Kaze objects from the More Objects patches. Choose your pain, you have quite a lot of options. Usually I choose this one. Kaze. Through. That was bad timing. Because maybe these would be possible, but they are already shrinking and like, yeah, this place really sucks. A sandbox and notebox, well, sometimes possible, but the notebox aren't nearly as strong as you might think. Okay, I'm surprised I will be able to make it through here. Like, basically to make good use of the notebox, you need pretty good air control. Checkpoints, it's like hanging from poles, so honestly it's a pain. And then very late you might find out you don't have a good path towards the red point. But actually, why choose? Would you need to get all of the 8 red coins? Well, for this level you have 1 out of 8 red coins, because just imagine getting all of these. It's good for a throw, but not good for a level design. So, this concludes our Stargazed medley, and this means Triarch is in full power and worry back again. And we get our Bowser key. This is how it looked like. We restored it. And now with the Bowser key, we can also finish the game. One star left to go. One level. And one oldest time arch nemesis. Now, little note to 74 Extreme Edition, but these orbs are actually climbable, so they're not a big deal. If you're not too confident, you can do stuff like win cap fights. And finally, the Bowser. So this is Bowser's Diorama Fortress. Diorama is a throwback to What's the Life of Dioramas, which also released a couple of years before this ROM hack, and marks the creator of Super Mario 74's return. And also because diorama means a bite-sized representation of a real-world location, which is what the 3 locations we'll be going to in this level are basically representing. So let's go! We do need the red coin, so we do need to do the sections anyway, but for those of you asking why I didn't just go through the front entrance, I will show you in a bit. You might be familiar with this section from a playthrough a little bit earlier, and this bubble actually contains a platform, so that would be good to pick up. Also another red coin, sneaky little one. So yeah, if you try to go through the front entrance, did you really think I would just let you in through the main entrance? Silly Mario, you'll never find the proper way to beat me. Bwahaha. Signed Bowser. So, long ago, within the Bowser 1 level, which we saw in Super Mario _ 4, and that we can also see a fragment of right now, that I was working on. Well, I decided to put that sign in there, like basically a code that's like, oh, like the Bowser fight is going to be completely free, you just need to go to the front section of the level? Well, no, you're gonna go find some other way to reach the top of the tower. And for some reason Agwab decided to preserve that text verbatim and put it in this level instead. I've never failed like that before. Someone can increment the never counter. But yeah, another bubble, another platform. And now one more. So yeah, like I did say that the Bowser 1 section was made by me, Bowser 2 section was made by the Gale95. Over here, sadly just didn't quite get used until Super Mario _ 4 that we saw earlier, as a course one there. And Bowser 3 section that I already went through, we already went through that, it's made by Arthur Tilly to be exact. Alright. And this red coin also. So now we have the 3 platforms and 6 red coins? Oh yeah, I missed a red coin in my section. Damn it. Hey, it's as you would expect. Bottom of the tower in one of the holes. And now we are ready to go. Because now with the bubble platforms collected, we have these platforms over here. Pretty neat addition to the level of the 3 of us by Agwab. Shoutouts to Agwab just in general for putting it together. Now I'm gonna do something cool, which is basically the remnant of a trick in 74 Extreme Edition that skips a reclimb of the level, called Sexy Walking. I didn't decide the name, so don't tell me. Of course, in this level I could have just jumped off to another platform and just like use the platforms a second time, but usually I don't want to do that, because this is more fun. So yeah, coin line guides you towards this. You may also use the key fob to get on the platform, I think. But either way, it's Bowser time. Finally. a boss fight. It's all over. And this is how we control Bowser for this one. So you need to mirror, like Bowser mirrors your position, you need to use this to hit him with the bombs. Whenever they materialize, that is. Now this third bomb is actually the one that doesn't really feel fair, I mean. Yeah, like that. So it might take a few attempts. Because it moves pretty fast, I mean. Alright. Yeah, basically I've kind of remembered at this point that it takes like 3/4 of rotation before it stops. So you get a bunch of coins in case you got fire damage by the previous section. And now the avoidance. Another staple of Aguap in modern days. Don't forget this mechanic though. So yeah, you're doing avoidance 3 times before you get a shot to hit Bowser with another 3 bombs like in the first wave. If you want an actually difficult avoidance, then try the another ball battle test from hack, where the avoidance is one of the main staples of the game, although it's not accessible immediately. But in this one, it's just there to give you some fun, basically. It's kind of difficult to die in those. And without further ado, this concludes Serene Fusion. Man. Yeah, in true Aguap fashion, Bowser trolls are removed and Bowser is not the most ass part of the game to play. Aguap doing sick final bosses as usual, yeah, that's what I mean. So, welcome to the credits. Yep, this is what we played in the last 2 hours and a half. A bit too long, but who cares. Wait for Fan Game Marathon, yes, it was debuted as a blind SM64 race at Fan Game Marathon 2023, organized by Aguap. He did a lot of the work behind this to put the Project 74 levels to their deserved glory, and even more, on top of the other levels that we see here by other very talented rock hack creators. Basically everyone listed here, except myself, is also a talented rock hack creator who has created other works like ROM hacks, vanilla modifications, levels even different release that you should definitely go check out. So if you're paying attention this late into the stream, then do keep your eyes on these names and go check out like some of their work on romhacking.com. But in general, one thing is for sure, you need to play this ROM hack, Serene Fusion. I am posting a link for that in the chat. Oops, fail. What I meant to say is, well, it's not gonna be with Opin anymore. That's what I meant to say. You should go download and play this if you haven't been too bored by this playthrough, and if you have been excited by all the levels and what they have to offer. Or maybe you already have done that after deciding you won't get too spoiled by most of the playthrough and already downloaded it on your own initiative. I'll be really glad if you pay especially this ROM hack attention the way it deserves. Like, it has been an adventure of many years. Like, just a casual idea of, hey, we should remake Super Mario 74, which is actually quite a common idea. Also, shoutouts to the people who played the blind race we beat among the ROM hack creators. Shoutouts to Fan Game Marathon in general, Aguap again. Oh yeah, by the way, you can still rotate the sphere in the credits. Special thanks to Wosk, head of the Fan Game Marathon under SM64, PR of our community, testing these guys, and so on. But yeah, just in general, what a blast. What a blast every single time. For me, of course, it's a bit of a nostalgia factor and whatnot, but I'm glad this could happen. This is probably the best way we put the sort of the nail in the coffin about remaking Super Mario 74. Like that ROM hack has had enough really. And so have we, after exploring all these modern goodies. Next week we do actually have a scheduled streamer. Next week we have Jiro return from the depths of working in order to present Star Revenge 5 to us, so stay tuned for that. It's also quite possible that Phantom will also subscribe to present Star Revenge 5.5, which is the hard version of that ROM hack next week. So yeah, stay tuned for even more top quality ROM hacks on Mega Hack Spot.